Welcome everybody. How are we doing? Happy 420 for those of you who like to partake in a little smoky. Everyone doing good today? Who do we have? P is the first one in. MM, Maysound, Pedro, Alina, Ash, Peter, Jim, Friday. Welcome everybody. Cool. So, today's excitement has been mainly through a rocket ship exploding and and price dumping a little bit. I'm in a long position from the lows. So this is one that we were talking about in the trading chat earlier. I was saying like, ooh, if we can SFP these lows, I'll take a long. So I actually got a long position and I do have some bids down here. So what did I say? That we were going to 28K? Here we are, almost at 28K, only a few $100s away from that mighty level that we were talking about last week when price was going up towards 31K. And we said 31K down to 28K. Nobody believed me, yet here we are. So yeah, this is the area that I have limit orders for a swing long. And they have started to be filled. And also, I really do like the look of altcoins at the moment a lot. Not entering in too many right now, but yeah, I do like the look of them. I've started to gradually dip my toes into the buy the fucking dip kind of thing, and we can go over some alts and stuff later on. So a little bit different today. I was going to trade New York Open, but I wanted to watch the Starship launch. So yeah, like I say, this is my stream. I decide when I want to do it. And nothing's really happened during the New York session so far anyway. Well, actually, there has been a half decent trade on the ES. And we'll go into that in just a second. So I did go long on the ES, but on Bitcoin, it was just the SFP that we had. That was prior to the New York Open. And then we've just been in this little range. So if we're going into local price action, I don't really want to see us getting caught too much below where it is right now. We actually have a bit of a trend line that's been following price down relatively nicely through the day so far. So just this move that we've had going down, and I'm not paying too much attention to that. But we had these local lows that I was looking for, and I have taken profit on the long already. And this is the area that I'm going to consider to compound that and to add back into the long that I already have. I don't really want to see anything too much lower than this at this stage. I'd like to see like a small retrace and then continue higher, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so we took out these two lows. Dum, came back into what was the little bounce before we had that final sweep and move up. So I would like to see that, yeah, like I say, hold and see if this can get a bit of continuation higher at this stage. If we go anchored VWAP from this, yeah, we're just below. So it's okay. It's okay here. But if we do start to get caught anything lower than 28,600, then I think it's likely that we start coming down into our targets that we do still have for down here, which is, this is the daily level that we've just tapped. We've got liquidity just below that, and then we've got the previous range point of control just below that. So that's Bitcoin. More or less covered at this stage. I think nothing too much more to say on that. We can look at what we've got going on with the order flow here. More shorts entering here, so I think, yeah, looking at a bit higher on this bounce would be nice. What are you talking about in the chat? Check out Bonk. Yeah, I'll check out Bonk in a second. And SHX. I don't know what SHX is, but maybe we can have a look at that. Do you always do tether instead of inverse? Yes, apart from my swing trades. My swing trade is inverse. My day trading is USDT. You are not watching the previous range value area high around 28,570-ish. Let's have a look. Let's do a bit more charting on this, because I've just, like I always do this on the stream, just clear up everything and just go for the levels that we're looking at that time. But if we're going for this range, there's your POC. Okay, I'm just calling it 28K. It's close enough. Yeah, holding around here will be okay. I do think it would be nice to see a bit of a bounce, and then we can come down and take this. Like if we just start to form a range here, so and then maybe we get that later on and somehow go backwards afterwards. Yeah, I'm not seeing a trade right in front of me at the moment. So let's just see how this goes. I'll remove that line. Don't need that anymore. SPA, please, sir. You're in crew. Okay, we'll look at altcoins in a bit. I also want to mention the S&P 500. So this earlier on, having taken out some decent lows, got a bit of a bounce, and then we saw that the dollar had a rally just before New York Open earlier on. We came down, took that out again. So after we got that second bounce, I actually got into a long on the ES and targeting just back up towards these highs, up to the resistance here. So we'll see how that goes on this one, but that's just very, very simple on the ES, what I have been looking for from the open. And then if we look at the DXY, it had this is what I mean. This was this mad little move that it had earlier on. Actually, that was, yeah, just here, where it came up and filled, like, basically this whole move down and then just dumped and starting just to hold around the bottom here. But I do think that we could see lower on the DXY and a bit more of a rally on the S&P throughout today. We've also gapped down once again on the S&P. So similar to yesterday, where we gapped down, it did something like that. And it's a very similar situation to what we have again today. So it's roughly the same time as well. Look, you get the 3 p.m. dip, the 3 p.m. UTC dip, and then continuation up to fill the gap afterwards. So maybe we're just going to get a repeat of what we had yesterday. So altcoins, because Bitcoin, not too much. I'm going to go over some of the ones that I like at the moment. Which ones are they? So Blur. So we've been in this long position on Blur. Oh, sorry, I'm just a spot on Blur, isn't it? Yeah. So we had that as like a trade that we had been talking about, but I'm just in a spot position on Blur. And I'm looking at like maybe getting back into it. Have I bought? I can't remember. I can't remember what I've done. It wasn't Blur, was it? No, it wasn't Blur. That's what I mean. I've seen this on the chart. It was Bonk. It was Bonk, not Blur. I get confused between the two of them. I'm looking at Blur. I'm supposed to be looking at Bonk. I was looking at that like, wait a second, this doesn't look right at all. Yeah, Bonk's the interesting one. Although Blur's looking okay as well. Bonk. Nice dip. That's not the chart that I normally chart. Neither is that. What's wrong with me? Come on. Come on. I can't find my chart. What's going on? This will do. It's Mexi. Order block there. Taking lows here. And here, this was the one that was starting to, I've charted this, I've literally charted it loads. And I don't know what chart it is I'm looking at, but you get the idea. And it is this, isn't it? So here we go. I'm confused. What chart is it? Where's my chart? Where's my bonk chart? Ah, hold on. Bonk. That's the one. There we go. Weekly level. Okay, we've got the order block down here. We wanted to see a bit more consolidation coming down towards around that 0.0007 area before looking at a bit more of a rally there. So one of the ones that's coming in to my area of interest, but not quite there just yet. The other thing I was looking at was Prime, which has had a decent move down as well. So we're coming back into an area where we've got volume. Fibs are starting to line up. We've taken out some decent lows on this, and the RSI on this seems to just be chilling a little bit now. So we've stopped making these lower lows on the RSI, and it's now starting to form a bit of a bottom here. And you would like to see a bit of a move back up like this on Prime. I'm getting so confused with all these new altcoins. There's so many of them out there. What else are people asking for? SPA is what is there? I don't know what that is. Sparex. Can't really chart this. It'd be nice if it just does what it's done previously, wouldn't it? Just short it. Look, you've got a nice round number up there. 1 cent. It would look to me as if that would be a good short. Other than that, technically, there's not very much. It's a long way up. It's just a long way up. Weekly AB's been done. You're not going to be coming up all the way back up here yet. Yeah. Yeah, I'd potentially be. I don't know if you can short this, can you? You probably can't. So it's definitely it's not a buy for me. You're up how much on the week so far? So you can't buy this here. It's way too high. It's like doubled in price in a week. So yeah. Let's go back to Bitcoin just briefly. Still chilling. Where's your VWAP at? A little bit high. Say ETH's had a decent move as well. Yeah. Yeah, ETH didn't take the lows today. They're at that weekly. This is a good question. Nicholas, I've not been through an alt season. Do you expect most alts to surpass their all-time high? No. We're not in the bull run. We're in a bull market, but we're not in the bull run. That will happen like post next halving. So in order for alts that are new, sure, like alts that haven't had a market cycle yet, sure, because they'll go into price discovery. But anything that was around like last year and the year before, highly unlikely that there'll be any new all-time highs to come until 2025. simply just because Bitcoin's a lot lower, so Bitcoin can't drag them up. And we're not going to get Bitcoin back up to like 60, 70K again, which is where all of the alts made their previous all-time highs. And the returns will be diminished on the next cycle anyway, in terms of like the Bitcoin pair and everything. It'll be like we saw with Cardano, where it didn't make a BTC new all-time high. So if you go on to like Cardano, ADA, BTC, and you look for something that has enough history on it, which would probably just be Bittrex, so you get that diminishing cycle the next time. So it never reached the kind of move that it had in the 2017, 2018 bull market, but it made new USD all-time highs. So I think we'll see something similar like that. So things like DOT, for example, it's not going to be going above $50 again until like 2025, 2026, if it even survives until that time. And then from the BTC pairs, I think it's very unlikely we ever see it come back up to like 0.001 BTC. You can maybe expect something like this, and it just holds for a while, and then it comes back up. So, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, highly unlikely. The first cycle is always the big one for all of these altcoins, which is why I'm only looking at new altcoins to be buying. So I'm gradually getting that list together. Things like Blur, things like OP, IMX, Aptos, LDO, STG, whatever that is, I can't remember, Ape, Flare, Arbitrum, Render. These coins that are new, that haven't had a market cycle yet. Did I do STX? No. I think I had a good chart on STX. This is one that I actually hold some spot on. But for me, I'd like to see it go lower. Don't really know what do we have going on here. Ah. I mean, realistically, you'd want to see it like down there, wouldn't you? Because all of this is fairly balanced, and then you've just got big old imbalances lower down, and then you're coming into this area that was previously support. Okay, you quickly swept it, and then got to move up. So if there's some kind of accumulation between like 65 to 70 cents, it'd be okay. I'm going to throw an alert on there. 69 cents. Because again, this is one that I do have a spot bag. I don't actually ever remember buying this, but it did really quite well. It was something that I'd accumulated through towards the end of last year. I have no idea why I bought it. I think I must have just bought it randomly on the stream sometime. But yeah. This thing I was looking at earlier, Trident DAO. No idea what it is. But these 4-hour ABs seem to work really well. And it's come all the way back down to the bottom of it. So there's something. There was also another one, Core USDT, I was watching. That I did buy. So you've got this big trend line that's followed it through, so these two highs, if you map that down and then you break through it, and it's just perfectly back tested that. And this is the first time that you've taken out a significant low, i.e. this one here, and not immediately flipped it into resistance. So here you have a range, you drop through, resistance, resistance, forms another range, you drop through, resistance, resistance, and then on this occasion, SFP back inside the range. Can this lead to a move up? So this is the first time that we've had an SFP off of this. So I have taken a position on this core USDT, whatever it is, token. STG is Stargate Finance, and it's a great project with great potential. I've heard of it. I have heard of it. Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move up. I really would. Oh my god. I had a buy limit for the scalp long because I've already taken profit on it. My buy limit was at 28,630. We just missed it. Just missed it. So it's just here. I literally just missed that because I wanted to get back in. See if that gets filled in a moment. I don't know why I placed it there. Oh, right. Yeah, I do. This. But yeah, just missed that. Gah. And it's the 0.5, right? It's the EQ of this move. Indeed, it is. S&P is still putting back a little bit. Yeah. It's okay. Luke, are you still accumulating QNT? No. No. I do still have some QNT. But that now it's weird, right? Once I've done my thing with the token, I just dump it. I'm a one night stand kind of guy when it comes to altcoins, very much so. I'll make some money from them and I'll just leave them forever. And it's weird. Like, does anyone else get them where it's like something that seems really exciting and new, and you might not even know what it is at the time? It's weird, these like associations that you get with altcoins. Like for me, like the name of like Prime, Immutable X, Optimism, Arbitrum, all of these kind of things, they seem like fresh, and that's what QNT seemed like this time last year when it was going through that really, really good bull run. But now that I've like done really well from it, it's it's just like it's gone gray. It's gone into this like beige gray. Doesn't seem interesting to me anymore. But I do hold a little bit of it. I'm sure this is one of those that, like I say, because it had its market cycle. No, it had its market cycle on the last one, so I don't think we're looking at maybe, yeah. Eventually, I think this will come back. They're a good project, and maybe this is something I should look to continue to hold, because a move up towards like $1,000 is what I'd always hoped for on it, and it just got to 420 and then dumped. Oh yeah, 420. I did buy some towards the back end of last year again, whilst we were holding the POC, but I haven't added to anything else on this since. Doge has been funny today. Doggy has been funny today. Dogecoin. so, so the whole lead up to the launch, uh, like you can see the exact moment that the rocket blew up. Like just here, it's just like cool, blow up, done. Would have been a nice short actually. Why was I not looking at this today? Like Elon launched a rocket ship. I should have traded Doggy and shorted it because obviously, why wouldn't you? Missed opportunity again. Did anyone else take the short? 420 wrecked it, yeah. Of course it was going to. The rocket ship did blow up. It was quite exciting. I enjoyed it. It is really cool though. Like seriously, I think it's kind of insane. Like the most powerful machine that's probably ever been created. And it flies. Was, yeah, people were like, woohoo, it exploded. Yeah. Check XRP. Still what a lot of other stuff is, just taking lows. Um, sorry, everyone's going to yawn now. BSC's way lower. Be interesting to see if it does hold like that 48. Yeah, just above 48 cents, 48.50. Because you've just swept, you've had that SFP, decent bounce, looking now to make and I don't know if you'd expect anything more. Like we've hit the resistance, that's why the red box is there. But if this can just chill, then you could maybe get a move back up towards like 52, and then it gives you a setup. See how it goes. You've got something like that, and then if it can continue beyond this, then happy days. But I think that's the kind of thing I'd go for on XRP. So it's a little bit too early. You'd want to get back into that as the reference for this. Alternatively, it is holding with inside value area again, but yeah, I do think it could go a bit lower. Back down here. I want to see something that could maybe be shorted still. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Did this take the highs on Binance? Yes. Okay, short position. What? I didn't check Binance futures. I should have left my alert on there. So I've been looking to short render, although it's again a token that I really like and I hold spot. This is a decent SFP, but I think have we missed this? Ah, again another situation where the alerts didn't go off because I didn't chart the right asset. That's a shame. What else do we have on here? Okay. Oh, why am I yawning again? RNDR, render. Bear with. And a couple of limit orders above this high and within this high. So I just want to take a short on this because why not? There we go. A little short position on this. I think there's enough that you can. I've been looking at this for a while. So you're getting this 4-hour divergence. If you can get a short position off of the SFP here, is you can wait for this to give a bit more confirmation from it, but ideally you're just looking for take the highs and trade that back down to basically fill the whole move that it's had so far. Otherwise, what you're seeing is just, I mean, this could just be seen as like some cup and handle thing, and we're going to go into price discovery after this. So where is this is the Binance chart. Okay. Is there more history on this chart? Yes. So I think overall it looks good, but yeah, for a scalp short position, this is one of the ones that I have been watching. This Coco thing looks good as well. Like you got round number $2. High is about to be taken. HNT looks too strong. These are just bouncing. Ant. Nice. Yeah. Ooh. Dipped a bit further. Oh, so that would have just filled my... I did get filled. Cool. There we go. So I had another limit order down here on Bitcoin. Let's chat. There we go. No card. Just shorted render 20 minutes ago thinking the same SFP. Good. Good, good, good. BTC at Golden Pocket. Okay. Delta. How are we looking? How are we looking on aggro? Spot. Look at spot. All this selling on spot. Crazy. You got this like huge divergence here on spot. That is intriguing. Retail panic. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's the whole sell in May thing. Everyone's getting like freaked out that we're approaching May, we're approaching earnings. We've already started earnings season. we could be going into that risk off mode, but I love it. I think that I think this has been a really healthy corrective move so far. We've seen that we've come through and we've repaired a lot of what needs to be repaired. There's obviously further levels further down. We can still go down to 28. That is in my mind, but I think this is a decent little drop that we've had. It's going to zero, sell all. Yes. Sell everything. Interesting though, there is quite a lot of selling pressure here. And you don't really have longs certainly aren't attempting to market buy at this stage, so you get a bit of absorption. Here, see at 28.085, yeah. Yeah, well 28k. It's what we've been saying since last week, right? It's yeah, we did the stream, we charted it up. We knew we wanted to short 31. We knew we wanted to buy 28. We were looking for a 10% correction. This is where we are right now. So, and this was the dip that we were talking about, saying that if we can get a move down to 28, it's a buy. It's a buy for me. There's no reason to suggest that it wouldn't be. We can also look at the CME chart. So that's not the gap. That's not the actual gap. That's the gap that we filled previously. But we do have a gap that's down here. But anchored VWAP from all-time high on CME. We broke through it. We flipped. That's coming in at support. If we look at our point of control from this whole range, it's coming in around here as well. We do have the gap here, but we do have to remember this was on the Easter weekend. So the CME actually closed early on that Friday. So we only got a few hours of trading on the Friday then, which doesn't normally happen. So the gap might not be as like legit as it otherwise would be, because it was during the Easter weekend there. So it looks like looks like a good area. If we're going to go on to this and we do a little bit more TA on it as your one-to-one. This is the thing. If we're not holding like 28k, then we're looking at a move down towards probably like 20, 25, 500. Because then you've got this down here. Do you start to look at as support? Which could be a similar situation. You know what I think about fractals, but similar to this, where you get that move down, and it takes you 25k. So we've seen that happen. Why would someone trade CME with all those limitations time-wise? It's institutions that trade CME, and because they've got a lot of money, we've got to be aware of it. What would invalidate your bullish ideas? Breaking below 25. Yeah. I mean, 28's got to hold anyway. So I think at that stage, if we don't hold 28, like I'm not saying that's, yeah, I always thought this would be where I'd look to buy it, and then we're looking for higher prices. So the plan for myself was this. So we've got the short position, we're in the short, and we're looking for the long. You don't really want to be taking out like any of the support that was built around here, because that took quite a lot of time to build, and we had all that really nice bullish divergence that was forming there. We had a lot of people trying to short at those lows. So I would be looking for some kind of position from that 28K point of control. You don't want to be taking out those lows, because then we are looking ultimately at that 25. And then you take that up to wherever it might go. Now, if that is going to fail and we start to lose, like 27,600, then I would have to start looking down towards 25. So even if we are just to get a bounce like this, I think it would be sufficient. You come back up here, and then maybe we have a bigger range that goes lower, and we end up with a situation like, kind of like this, where you have that bounce and then we just go lower afterwards. But we're very much in dip buying mode still, so we take the short positions. I'm in the short position from the top. This is getting a bit too deep for me. I'm not I'm not convinced this low is going to hold. You don't want to see a deep retrace like this after such a big reaction. So let's watch for now, but I think we're probably going to take this low out again now. Like it really should have held here, and you should have done that and continued higher. But divergence it's there. So if you were short, where would your first take profit? The low. Short from where? It depends. Like I'm short from 31K as a swing short. So I have already taken profit. But if you were short here, you'd wait for that low to get taken. Because we're in a downtrend. All timeframes, all local timeframes are in a downtrend. So why would you not be short on the lower timeframes? Yeah, there's not many likes on this. Everyone, come on, you can do better than this. Please, everybody, like the video. There's not many viewers in here either. I know it's a little bit later. It's normally a lot more exciting when we do the New York Open. So we're at this stage just waiting for lows to get taken again. And because, we're bearish, aren't we? So it's not going to get good engagement because price is going down. No one watches the streams when price goes down. Everyone's too scared, and everyone's just like, I don't want to. And people forget that there is a red button, and you can short it, and you can make money when price goes down, and it's very easy to do so. It's easier to make money when price goes down often than it is when price goes up, because it's a much less crowded trade. Just short it. Like, stop being so bearish. I'm not bearish. I'm bullish. I'm bullish. This is the dip. But locally, we're shorting it. And I'm in a short. But this is the dip. This is the dip that I want to buy. It's just wait. Wait for the strength. We want to buy it. We feel like this is bullish, but give it some time. I'm in the scalp long from earlier when we took the lows. So, yeah, that's that. Stairs up, elevator down. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, you catch a short position and you can just be like, it's nice. Sewerage pipe. What are you talking about? Like. Join crew also. I'm new, plenty of value, and Luke is a part-time comedian. I'm really not very funny at all. I just talk nonsense. Get burner number, bro. Crypto think outside the square. You. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Have you noticed indices are a lot more snappy and trendy, but Bitcoin loves spikes than ranges? Yeah, well, it's lower liquidity at the moment, isn't it? So, um, with volumes dying off like massively. This is the thing. Like, what did I just say? Everyone just is like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it when prices go down. And what happens to the volume when prices go down? It just starts to disappear. We had a lot of volume on the move up, and then it just starts to trickle off, and everyone's like, oh, it's all over. You're going to go and cry. I'm going to lose all my money because price is going down, and I forget that there's a red button that I can short it, and everyone gets scared, and then suddenly everyone's scared now, and they're like, oh, I don't want to buy anything, and then it's just going to rip your faces off, and then they're all going to buy it back at the top again when they've missed the whole move, because it just happens time and time and time and time and time again. I'm interested to see what the historical volatility percentile is saying right now as well. Isn't that crazy that when we had the, like, literally the alert to say that expect volatility, that's when pumped we pumped it straight after that, like the day after that. Nice. You got good divergences building. We're starting to lose. So we had some. This is the thing, like that snappy price action, like you say, the wicks and the ranges that we've had recently. That is starting to chill somewhat. So yeah, fair enough. Are you swinging long? Like I say, I have my limit orders down here, so I am attempting to swing the long. This is the first big long position I've built since the one where I caught the literal bottom down here. So I have been in that position for ages. Finally gave a lot of that up when we started to see that this was going to correct, and at this point now is the first time really that I'm seeing an opportunity for a decent dip since that. It's a shame because I'm not going to be able to show off that money shot anymore because I'm now compounding that position, but um, it has to be done. It has to be done at some stage. Greg, that is not going to happen, but yeah. Going to force you to pay taxes. How can an exchange force you to pay taxes? It's not going to happen. Uh, have you done Bybit KYC? Just out of interest, you do realize that Bybit KYC, they literally just ask your name and to take a picture. That's like it. It's like the lowest level KYC ever, ever. It's just, yeah, nothing. Just do the KYC on Bybit. They're not going to report anything to anyone. If you go on to level 2 KYC, then yeah, you got to scan an ID, but it's cool. What was the reason that made you short the top? Failed auction? Not particularly. I just had planned to short 31k. It's on the video. Yeah, I can't remember what did make us. We had an SFP up there, didn't we? So we had this SFP, and what we were saying was like we were in this range, and then we were talking about just shorting the highs, and that we wanted to have like three more highs. So you go short SFP, then you go again and again. So I managed to get, like, my average on this was like 30,700, but we were just looking, we were literally just looking for that like 3 taps in, and then to have that short position. So that was all it was for me. It was short, take profit, short, take profit, short, take profit, and then just let it run once price starts getting away from where your position is. So I built quite a decent short position there. It wasn't like a case of catching the exact high, because that happened on a weekend, right? Oh no, it was a Friday. It was on a Friday, but it was very early on a Friday. So by the time I woke up, we'd already had the SFP, and it never came back into, never took the high again. Reinhood, I don't think they do. I don't think they do ask for that. Again, I don't see the problem with KYC on exchanges. I don't think it's a big issue. Because that's what's going to be, if you trade like stocks and legacy markets and things like that anyway, then you got to do KYC regardless. So if you're that worried about doing KYC, then just use a DEX. But if you're on a centralized exchange, like, KYC is a good thing. You've got some protection, you've got some regulation there. So we've seen what's happened with exchanges like many times before. FTX gone, Bittrex gone. There's other ones as well that have gone. So you kind of want your exchange to be legit, right? So KYC is not an issue. If you're that worried about it, you're just trading the DEX. The liquidity is poor. It's not there. The UI is not very nice. They're not very nice to trade on, but that is the trade-off that you have. You either follow the rules or you do DeFi. Can you not? You can use Bybit in the US though. Like VPN, you can still KYC yourself. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Like the other options being X, like I've tried Apex, yeah. So if you like Bybit and you want to use a DEX, Apex is a really good one. You get like a less fees. We've got, because we're with yeah, if you sign up to Apex, where is it? I need to find it again. But if you want lower fees on Apex, we've got a ref link, because they are Bybit essentially. It's their decentralized exchange. These lights are getting bright because it's starting to get dark and cloudy outside. It's been such a nice day. And now the weather's turning. Let's just take off the bright light from my face. That's better. Now I'm not so blinded. Can this like cascading waterfall of price action just do something, please? Run out of water. Bybit's DEX is called ApeX. Look on the announcements. Apex. It is. This is the exchange. I've just pinned it. So that's the exchange. Are we going to take these lows? Come on. ARB is SFP. Do you think it's worth a long? Let's have a look. Arbitrum. Oh, yes. Yes. This is what. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. So we've taken out all of these lows and we've taken out this low. I would like to see if Bitcoin can get a reversal. But yes, this was one of the trade setups that we had, that we've been talking about. You got to let this go down. I want to see this go a little bit deeper. Like ideally, you can come all the way down here. So if it's not going to SFP, and we're going to continue lower. Willing to give this a little bit of time. I am not going to just blindly buy this off of the first little dip that this has had afterwards. Render short's going okay. Yeah. Just going to place in a little bit lower. Let's go 1.42. It's 420. Not going to rush into this one. But yeah, it's there as a setup. I drew that as like it would be nice to see it go to $2 or whatever. It's not particularly. There's not like a technical reason for that as a high, but if we are going to find some support here, then we can start to do technicals on it. I'll leave them there for now. We don't know if that's going to be the low or not. Also, yeah, the 618 is just down here. So like $1.40 would be good. So you're just filling in that whole space down there. So although like we drew that on there, realistically you'd like to see it go a bit lower. And then you've actually like up here, like just above $2 would be a perfectly reasonable target if it can start to find support, if this is looking like it's going to be the dip that becomes a good buy. Oh, have we just taken the lows? Oh no, we haven't yet. Come on. Did anything else? Nope. Told you we're going to take the lows. Spot did. Spot's been selling so much. Here we go. Yes. Oh, look up. $1.42. Oh, go back to Arbitrum. Now we've suddenly got some action. We suddenly got stuff to. Yes, good, good, good. Let's go back to ARB because that has maybe just hit what we wanted it to hit. Right? Where is it? Oh God, where? Got too many windows open. ARB. Not a good reaction. Not yet. Lots of longs being stopped out though, which is decent. Shorts closing. Big drop in open interest. We got to see this. We got to see this start to recover soon. But look at the ask on here. It's just chasing down. So it does not look particularly strong still here. Like the reaction we had earlier was much better. But it's there. I bought it anyway because I'm now in a long position that's underwater. Thanks. Because I bought the SFP earlier, I'd taken profit on it. So now obviously because we've just taken that out again, I'm slightly under on that. So I've just improved my average somewhat. We're getting so close to 28k though. So I'm happy at this stage just to keep buying. Look, we've got previous week low down here as well. I don't really need to wait for a reaction on a higher time frame because I do just trade the 1 minute usually. That's where I'm going to get my entries from. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I bought it anyway. I'm in a short. I'm in a much bigger short position than this scalp long is. So, like the long from today is the trading room account, the stream account, because we're talking about this on a stream. So that's the one that I'm taking it on. So having taken profit on that at the moment and being like 12% up on that account in a couple of days, I'm now at a little bit of a loss. But it's fine. We're okay for now. Just got to see some reaction here. I'll bring my account up on screen and show you guys once it's in profit again. It's the only trade I've taken today from that account. So, yeah. Made some profit earlier. And now Waiting. Very patiently. Can Arbitrum get that buy as well? That's better. That's better. Alright, where are we? There we go. We have a bit of a push. Push. And profit from your XRP suggestion already. XRP suggestion? What did I say on XRP? We were waiting for lower. That did the SFP as well. Oh man, everything's doing it. Oh, I need to like buy some stuff. This is so good because the stuff that didn't take the lows earlier on when Bitcoin did, it is now taking the lows. Everything's selling off. Finally. Ah, nice. Look at it. Yes. This is what we want. We're getting some death. Algorand. That's another one. Oh, if it can take this low. I know I was interested in this earlier on because it took out this one, but we're still going lower. 100 viewers, 50 likes. Come on, everyone, where's the likes? We're crashing. We're literally there at 28k, which is what we were talking about last week. And then we had all of these counter trade people like, Luke's saying we're going to 28k. I'm closing my short positions. Wah, wah, wah. And now we're at 28k, so they've lost out on all their money. Thanks, counter traders. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. He's had a nice bounce again. It was so funny. Like, literally, people were like, oh my God, guys, look. Luke's short. I'm going to go long. Send it. And now they're fucked. Counter trade us at your peril. And now if we get this long, like, what was I saying? This is where we want to go long. We can still go a bit deeper. Can take it out a few more times. Keep taking these lows. Hit the POC. I'll never be as cool as him, 1J, unfortunately. Never. I'll never be cool enough. Render short in profit. Yes. RNDO. Yeah, that would have been good to take profit on that. I mean, hopefully we have this as a swing trade, right? Other opportunity to take that short just there off of the bounce. But if we are looking at the whole market recovering and getting a decent bounce here, then yeah. But having just taken out that low, it's done. We good? Happy? Happy. In fact, you even had it here like high. And then taking out this. So as soon as you start to close below here, that sets you up. It's not the biggest move, but short. Take profit and validation. Can it not just melt down after all this SFPs and invalidate the falling wedge too? Yes. Yes, it can do. It absolutely, like the whole market could collapse. We don't know. We're just trading what is in front of us and what's like where the probabilities are. And we've been saying for quite some time that this level that we're at is a really good level to be looking at as support. Look how close we are. Look how close we are to what we've been talking about literally since we were here. This is where we wanted price to go. So we can only follow the plan that we have. If it fails and we do start to lose this, like if we really do start to melt down here, then we're going to take a loss. But that's trading. So the short's going to cover a lot of that loss. But yeah, that's trading. We can't win everything. Like I'm literally in a losing position right now because of this drop. But I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm happy because I'm making more money from the short than I am from losing money from this long for now. We could expect a range here for at least a few days, though. You'd want to recover it and probably start trading above that 28,600 again. So you don't. The problem is you don't want to just continue to be like, which side? How do I do this? It's mirrored. You don't want to continue like with the downtrend. But yeah, if we can recover this and start to range, you do at some point want to put in a decent low that holds. Or yeah, we just chill and do that. There's so many similarities between this. Yeah, what we're seeing now, everyone is freaking out. Everyone is going absolutely crazy. But just burn this image into your head. Okay, what we have on the chart right here. Just take a little snapshot in your screen, or like literally screenshot it now, pull it up, and then compare with what I'm about to show you. Everyone knows what's going to happen. You already know what I'm about to show you. Okay, you have an extended range after a big rally. We've had a big bull market so far this year. The whole year so far has been very, very bullish. You put in a range, you chill, you break up, you put in a range above, you come back in to test the POC. Remember that. Now go back to the COVID crash lows and what we did afterwards. Okay, I've shown this on stream like loads of times before. And just look at the similarities. Okay, bullish trending move up. You put in a range that lasts for a long time. You coil up, you then break, you range above, and what happens? You come back in to test that previous range. So you're not just testing like off of the top of it and bouncing off of the top. You're getting somewhat caught inside and you're retracing this entire move. That's then what starts to hold. You have this like cascading price action that's just down, 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 just continuously pushing into support. And then finally you start to recover that, hold a range above, and then what happens next is the real move afterwards, okay? So there's so many similarities to what we have now and what we had back then. Very, very similar structure. So that's what we are looking at for this at the moment. You had the move up. We've now retraced the entirety of that move. Identical to what happened in September, October, November 2021. Almost identical. Or 2020. It's just lower time frames. So if we are looking at that as something similar, what happened afterwards? The bull market started, like the real bull market started. I don't think that's likely, but let's just say, for example, why not have a run that takes us all the way up here? That is the strategy we're playing. If it fails, we have a short from up here. I'm not going to close that short until I get stopped on that short. So I've taken profit on it. It's paying for me to take a long position. I'm not closing the short until I get stopped. So we will see. We just do not want to be losing this. Okay, that is where the effort was put in to hold price. We don't want to lose that because at that stage, that's where people's average is. It's okay to come and test it again, but we don't want to be losing that. If we do, then we're invalidated and, oh, my long's in profit again now. Just about. A lot of bears say the market needs more liquidity to make a big move up, but isn't it true that the 16K dip was plenty of liquidity in the long run? Yeah, 100%. Like, what more? What more could you possibly want to signal the end of the bear market than literally the second biggest exchange in the whole of crypto, like disappearing within like a day, liquidated? All those millions of people that lost all of their money. What more could the bears want? 16K is the low. Like, yeah, there's absolutely, come on, the absolute, like the way that people were just freaking out, losing their minds through that. And I don't, it's obviously a really unfortunate event, and people like, yeah, people lost a lot of money. People probably lost their lives because of what happened, which is awful. But what more could bears want from that to signal that that is the low and that we're ready for a new market cycle? We're not going to go below 16K again, not unless there's some like massive black swan event that no one sees coming. And for that, it would have to be like actual war with China and the US or something like that, or um, a virus that is like actually dangerous, not just COVID. Um, I don't know. Like, what more could happen? The world is already in such a mess, and we went to 16K. Yeah, Putin nuking. Like, but even then, like, I don't know. Because everyone will be dead then, so you're not going to be able to short it to 16K anyway. Like that Bitcoin will all be locked up. I mean, if Putin's going to press the big red button, and we're all going to get nuked, or something like that, like Bitcoin's not going to 16K because we'll all be dead. So we can't sell it anyway to make the price go down. So yeah, it's not going below 16K again. I hope not. Anyway, you can quote me on it if it does. Putin nukes and open a short, yeah. You always have a long position on physical tuna cans and bullets. Yeah, just in case we all need to hunker down in a bunker. Those tuna cans are going to come in very, very, very handy. Are my lungs in profit again? Oh, oh, you bought the low but with a 0.2%, 0.2 lot. Would that be is one lot on MetaTrader like one BTC? That's not too bad, I guess. But you said it was a demo account, so still. Most alts hit a 618. I'm not even. I haven't even like checked this. Oh, it's getting cold. I've got the AC on. It was really sunny, and it's been sunny all day, and now it's like windy and cloudy and ugh. So the sun's not warming up my room anymore, and it's got the AC on. Hold on, hold on. IMX swipe low a few months. You got some. Like, take your pick on the altcoins that have just taken out like major lows. Oh my god, it's done it. Okay, this is amazing. This is amazing. Yes. Okay, we were talking about this. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. We spoke about that as the scenario. And then literally we were like, okay, well, look, all of these highs, this is hostile power and the thing he was like, okay, that's where all the liquidity is. That is the buy under $1. That's so good. Who just bought IMX? I'm already in. Yes. Okay. I love I love IMX anyway, so I'm just buying more here because that is exactly what I wanted to happen. Oh, that makes me happy. IMX spot. I know I've just missed the move. This is a spot trade, so I don't care. It's like a long-term holding. No, I do not want to upgrade to Unified because I do not want to. Buy some IMX. Done. There we go. Bought some. Yeah. And yeah, like if you've got alt bags and you've made some profit, this is what I do. Like I'm not really adding significantly more to, like, I'm not adding any new alts. It's just ones that I've already taken profit on in the past, and I've got USDT to spend. I've got USDT burning a hole in my pocket right now. I need to start spending it. And this is the point in which I want to start spending it. Aptos, look at it. You don't get like many better. I mean, if we're not going to nuke, if the market isn't going to nuke here, we're not going to get better opportunities than what we're seeing like literally right now. LDO, look at this. Like, it's just so good. You do the little technicals and you do all of these kind of things as well, and you do that, and it's like, okay, cool, we've got a 1-to-1 down there. But seriously, just that big impulse that we had, filled the whole thing, done. It did it before. It's so good. Out of those new coins, what are your top 3 setups that took the lows right now? I mean, IMX looks great. OP, decent retrace. Like, it came back into, so this is what we were looking at as a take profit from the previous trades. So I mean, would I consider compounding again here? I've already done this 3 times and have been taking profit consistently on this. Maybe I think we're now seeing that recovery maybe a little bit too much. LDO looks great. Like, this is just a nice range anyway. But we do have to be aware that it maybe is a little bit head and shouldersy. So we could possibly be looking at more of those being taken out. I think as a scalp, that's decent. Like, we've seen it just keeps coming down and almost taking out lows, but just making higher lows every time. So as a scalp, I mean, it's reasonable. You could maybe expect it to come up here and then it takes it and goes for the big one. Arbitrum was a really, really good one. So that's one we just charted up on here. Yeah, Aptos as well. Yeah, this is a solid, like, this is a proper dip. Like, we've had a proper dip here today. We're very lucky to get this. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But as like EGLD, again, like you sweep lows. Oh, the weather is disgusting. Tipping it down out there. What's going on? Ethereum. That, well, you don't know yet if you're lucky to be here on stream with me, because if it doesn't work out and I'm here being like, hey, look, this is a great dip buying opportunity, and it doesn't work out the way that we hope it will do, then maybe that's not very good luck. I think you'd have been better off just switching off your TV, chilling out, allowing the complete market nuke to happen. But like if you'd have, this is the thing, okay? If you were any asset, okay, any asset when price was at 31k, so Friday the 14th of April, all right. If you were just like, okay, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna look at the charts now, from now until like the summer or whatever, and you just looked at the chart and went, okay, turn off all computers. Let's say you're going on a trip to somewhere that has no internet connection, and you're there on the 14th, and you're like, okay, I just want to set some bids in case things hit. Where would you be setting those bids? I'd say, first of all, you would look to here, the gap fill, the POC. Secondly, you'd look to take out those, and then you'd look to take out those. All right, there's three possible options that you'd look for. Maybe if you're going to do stink bids, you'd probably place them a bit lower down there. But if you're looking on altcoins, and a lot of these, okay, you're just thinking, all right, cool. So we've been up here, or where, I don't know, wherever it is, and you're just taking out like really major lows. And there's a lot of these alts are doing that, and they're coming into those areas where you're just like, okay, cool, we're recovering, like taking out major lows after a big move up. This, you're taking out lows. Of course, you'd have a couple more that are lower, but it doesn't look like, it seems like a good opportunity. We'll see what can happen. Maybe I'm too bullish. I'm just I'm just going with the strategy that I had, which was to buy this and see what can happen. Yeah, Tesla's down 10% after earnings. Yeah. But look, Tesla's doing the same thing, guys. It's doing exactly the same thing that the altcoins are doing. I know I've got this. You got some BAT, is it? Yeah, 886 to 886. So I mean, if we are going to nuke, if the market is going to nuke, then you can expect to see Tesla coming down towards here again, and you can expect to see Bitcoin going down towards the low 20s again. But might not happen. You've taken out two like really, really quite key lows here. So at the very least, you'd expect a bounce. So if on Tesla, at the end of March, you're like, okay, where do I want to place my bids? Forget this. Where do you want to place your bids? You want to place them below these lows. You want to run those stops. And then you want to start to form a range here. Even if that ends up just being a bounce like this, and then it ends up going lower, that's where you'd be placing bids. So yeah, we're good opportunities here. We'll see what happens. I'm not particularly fond of the reaction. So, like I say, I'm not saying that this is like, but we're close enough, right? This is where I have my bids. Daily level, taking liquidity, POC. So as a swing long, I want to average in around this area. So we can still go take it again. But as long as we get that recovery bounce afterwards, then that's okay. I think the POC that looks like the best one. If we can hit 28k, then I get bragging rights for doesn't matter what happens, because I can just like show off my short position. If we go lower than 28k, I'm like, well, that's just where I wanted to take profit. I don't care. So although I'm buying the dip, I'm in a short position that's paying for it. So I'm in a very fortunate position. Now, if we're looking at current price action, we do have to be a little bit careful here. I said I wouldn't be like long right now, because what did we have last time when we took the lows? Okay, we took the lows, we came up, we split liquidity at the highs. Okay, so that was the high that ended up taking the low. So you have a move down, that high took that low. You poke your head above, a short. Once again, you can come down to that. Now, where are we at now? We've had the downtrend. Price has just poked its head above. Liquidity same, but faster this time. And maybe it's going to roll over again. Who knows? The one that you'd really have to be careful for is this, like these 3 highs here, 4 highs here. So I think at this stage, if you still think we're going to go down towards the lows, look towards these highs. If price comes up and you just poke above, then we can do this all over again. So I'll be taking another short if this bounces, like 100%. I am going to be shorting this again. This is not looking like a V-shaped recovery. Until we get back above there, I will short this again. But I feel like this is a good dip, and I feel that it's one that we should buy. Do you think BTC still makes it to 28k? Usually when we front run like this, we still come back for one more SFP and hit it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been saying since the 14th. Well, I've been saying since like the beginning of the month that 28k is a target. So hopefully we do it. Thoughts on Rose right here with these lows? Yeah, I'll have a look. Rose is one that I hear quite a lot of. Let's go on Binance. Oh, it's a handsome looking chart. But the problem is it's had a market cycle already, but nothing to stop it like coming up here somewhere, is there? If the market can continue, there's nothing to stop it coming all the way up there. But then if we're going to play a range, then we got to play a range. I don't really see like where it's. I don't see the significance of the bounce here. Am I missing something? It's like this structurally, it's not the best, but you could go. I mean, that is just quite a nice little. Yeah, I know we're there, and I'm just drawing a box around it because that's where we are. But you could have said the same for just taking out those lows. Did that take out this high? Oh, I did. Oh, cheeky. Okay, so this is quite nice. So if you're playing that range, so yeah, it's the same with everything else, isn't it? I mean, if it can, the temptation is like just to FOMO into everything long right now because we're down so much, like not just on the week, but also just on the day so far. Like looking at this, down like 20%, and this is what we wanted. We wanted Bitcoin to be down 10%. Okay, and we wanted alts to crash by like 20-30%. Low caps anyway. So if we're looking at like some of these low caps, 20% down, OP, 15% down, IMX just looked at that. Blur, 25% down, LDO, 20% down, render flying. Arbitrum, 20% down. So, yeah. Yeah. Right. I think because it's all slowed down again, I'm probably going to call it a day there. But that was nice. We got the move. So we saw. And just to recap on this, I think it's been a pretty productive stream. I know it's not like been a real active trading one, but hopefully it's been it's been nice. It's been good to watch. We could see as we started to lose, what were we talking about? This was the area that we wanted to hold. We were saying like 28,600, wasn't it? That has to hold, because at that point you're coming below what I would consider a shallow retrace to be what needs to happen after a move like that. So this had to hold here, and that's where I compounded my position. Okay, I bought more there, which is what put me at a loss temporarily, because I did the SFP, I bought that, and then I compounded it here after having taken profit. So I was kind of looking for it to do that. It never did that. And as soon as you then lose that, look, poof, gone. We were going to take the lows. That was going to happen at that stage. Once you do that, you don't want to be going into those like shallow retraces afterwards. So although it's not been like the most actively traded stream ever, and now like the same thing, this has to like get back above there. We're fine. Below here, we can take the lows again. We might still come and take the lows again. But once we start to break through that, I think that's when you can feel a bit more happy about things. So yeah, good. Thank you everybody for watching. If you have not already hit the like button, then please hit it on your way out. And yeah, if you are not already subscribed, then please do subscribe. And if you want to learn anything more about our community, then please do visit toroscrypto.com, where you can find out more information and stuff. I'm not going to show the website on here now. It's just been a fun little stream. So yeah, thank you. And I'll see you all again very soon. Cheers. Bye.